iko sawa. Hiyo ni zone 1, hii zone 2 ndio imesense. Hebu jaribu hiyo zone nyingine. Hai. Ndio hiyo imesha sense. Fire. Happy New Year. It's Tony Lux again with the conventional fire alarm system. 2 zones connected. I'm going to show you how to install a smoke sensor, a manual call point, a sounder, and maybe a strobing light. But most of the time you'll get a sounder with the strobing light intact. Not like this case for mine. They're two manual separate. As you can see, that's an indicator and all that. As for the call point and the smoke sensor, this is the Arsenal smoke sensor with the 4 terminals. That is 2, 6 for positive, 3 and 5 for negative. This is my manual call point with 6 terminals. That is 1 to 3 and 1A to 3A. So I'll be taking you step by step on how to do it. So this one I'll be using the DC cable, which has the positive and the negative cables as it is. So for the positive is red and the black is for the negative. So here what I'm doing is that I'm taking my positive to the smoke sensor input with a positive terminal, which is a terminal 2, and then the output positive terminal is terminal 6, which will be taken a cable from to the adjacent smoke sensor or heat sensor or even the manual call point. The sensor bracket are fixed with screws intact, and then you just interlock the smoke sensor, as you can see. Just simple as that. And you can also unlock it by just taking a different direction. As for the manual call point, the positive terminal going to terminal 1 and the negative terminal going to terminal 3, making it connected in normally closed position. This means that whenever I release the grass, the sound will be relayed, the signal will be relayed. That's how the manual call point glass break operate. And the other part, which is terminal 1A and 3A, will be connected with an end of line resistor to make it be in a short circuit. But in this case, I'm short circuiting with the high resistance resistor to ensure that I minimize the current flow in the circuit. So that's how it's done. Then on the control panel, I'll have the zone 1 and zone 2 terminals positive and negative going respectively to the zone 1 and zone 2. Remember, I'm also using the end of line resistance. For this case, I'm just minimizing the current just in case the current might be excess from the supply or the battery. So that's why the resistors are there. And then for the battery, I also ensure that they are well connected. In this case, there are 212 batteries, 2-volt batteries connected in series to give 24 volt. This panel requires 24 volt, and then also supplied with the cable, which is the live, neutral, and earth, to ensure that the supply is intact. So after that, I just need to ensure that I power on my system. As you can see, my system is on. Now I'll lock and they see the indication there's power on. I enable the panel with the key, and then I have to lock the panel. The key is to lock it, make sure the lid is closed, and then we can run the test as it is. So here is everything, as you can see, the 4 zones, but I'm going to use only 2 active zones as it is. Let's do the rest test. This is the enable key, so if it's in disable or enable, that's also a way of controlling the panel. But also in each panel we have yeah, all enabled. So when I just come and then disable, but still that's break. So when I enable MCP tested. Now let's test the smoke sensors for fire. You see the glow will change now from the normal glow to red fire, as you can see. That's indication of fire. Smoke sensors have detected smoke, that is potential fire in zone 2. And if you do it in zone A, the same thing. And the smoke sensor that has tested will glow red, unlike the other one will just be blinking. Remember, the zones indicates different rooms in that case, in a flow.